Hello. Does everybody have their PJs and a beverage? Okay, so I really have been having a lot of conversations lately with people, just really about how they can get back to the basics, because we know within our society that we've gotten really complicated. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I'm talking to you right now over Facebook, right? So it's definitely a different dynamic. There's definitely some huge pros to that. I mean, we have access to just about anything, and even our healthcare system. We're doing some really cool stuff, but at the same time, all of the things that we're creating aren't necessarily great for us at the same time, right? And although we have a solution for everything, at one point, before pharmaceuticals, before, we were kind of eating fake food full of hormones, and before we were, just really we were healing ourselves with just the bare basics, right? So that's what I really want to talk to you about, and know that when I speak about getting back to the basics, I'm talking. I really like to take a holistic approach. It really does come down to what you are surrounding yourself with, and that's really on the inside and the outside, right? So it's what are we consuming into our bodies? So what are we eating? What are we drinking? What chemicals are we taking in? But then what are we as consumers choosing to purchase and then use within our homes too? Because you think about cleaning day at your house. It's I know what cleaning day at my house used to look like, and it I really should have. It was like I should have been wearing like a hazmat suit to kind of get through everything, right? So that's really what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about how you can take like simple just basic steps to help move you towards that. How beautiful does the sky look behind me? You guys are getting the best view. I'll just like live vicariously through you. I have the best sunsets at my house. This is where I spend my like post mommy care time. It's beautiful. Anyways, I digress. So getting back to the basics, right? And for me, I didn't really think about getting back to the basics until I had my kids. I really didn't really think about what I was consuming. I've always, eaten relatively healthy, minus those years of university. Anybody that knew me during university wasn't eating so healthy. Um, and I mean, they're different phases that you go through, right? And it was my phase of parenthood that brought me into this lifestyle. And for you, it might be parenthood, it might be something else, and whatever it is for you, go with it, right? If you're being tugged in this direction, my biggest piece of advice is don't fight it, because honestly, like, you're being tugged for a reason. So when I was pregnant with my first daughter, um, I really I suffered from major allergies prior to being pregnant, and then when allergy season came around, I wasn't allowed to take anything, and it made me go, okay, if I'm not supposed to be taking this stuff when I'm pregnant, why would I take it when I'm not pregnant? And that was kind of planting the seeds for me, right? I had an awesome pregnancy outside of, a few headaches or, different things that hormones can do to you. But I had a really good pregnancy, so I was really fortunate to not really call for any, pharmaceuticals or anything like that. But the seed was definitely planted. And when I had Isabella, um, she was, just your normal baby stuff again, right? She would get a cough and cold, or it would be cleaning day at my house, and go to bath her afterwards, and I would think, oh my God, I just washed the bathtub, and like what? So I'd be re-washing the bathtub just with water to rinse off all of the chemicals that I knew I just washed the bathtub with, right? And these are the things that I had started thinking about. And then when, you know, she had got a virus. I know I talk about this a lot, but she had got a virus when she was 9 months old, and it just wiped her out. And it was at that point, because I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, you know, there's nothing we can do for you, because that's what happens when you have a virus, right? And now that I know what I know why, right? And we'll talk a little bit about that. But the key is I really was trying to be cognizant about what I was surrounding her with and what I was putting in her body. Now she's 5, and now I think about, what am I teaching her, right? Because we have such an opportunity to really have an impact on the next generation. And now I know 100%, and we'll talk a little bit about, you know, the baby steps of what I did to really clean up the toxic load in our house for myself and for her. But I really started, my why became bigger, right? Now it really is that I want, when she starts consuming products and being a consumer of products and buying things and voting with her dollars, I want her to know, you know, I'll just make that hand soap. I don't need to go and buy all the chemicals. I want cold and flu season to come around and for her to start, you know, diffusing and thinking proactive about things that she's doing. I want them, as things happen within their lives and they're not living under my roof anymore, I want them to feel empowered, to know that they have a choice, and that I mean, again, there's a definite space for, you know, going to the doctor or going to a specialist, but asking lots of questions when she gets there, just asking a ton of questions, and that's okay. It's a really good thing, actually, to ask lots of questions about your healthcare and to take notes and to feel empowered to know what's in even the medication that they might give you, and why, and what are the side effects, and do the side effects outweigh what you're actually trying to treat, and all those sorts of things, right? And that's the thing, when I started doing all my research when they were babies, I really started just looking up natural remedies, teething, natural remedies, cold and flu, natural remedies, allergies, and plants were coming up all over the place, right? So whether it was, you know, take the plant and, you know, steam, distill it in water, or boil it like a tea and put it in a bath, or drink it, or, you know, just how they were educating me about how to take these plants. Constantly, essential oils were coming up. Essential oils, essential oils, essential oils. And I was like, what is an essential oil? What is an essential oil? I have no idea what this even is. So what essential oils are is they're just plants, plain and simple, but they are the most concentrated way to consume a plant. And I'm a go big or go home kind of gal, so that spoke to me. So for example, for peppermint, 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea, right? So we know for peppermint tea in North America, it's perfectly acceptable if you have an upset stomach, or if you have a headache, digestive issues, or if you just, you know, need to kind of settle yourself at the end of the day. Drinking a peppermint tea is absolutely perfectly acceptable. What I prefer to do now is take a hot cup of water and put 1 drop of peppermint oil in it, and that's how I end my day. And it has the exact same therapeutic benefits, but you need very little of them. So that's what an essential oil is. It's nothing, you know, too complicated, right? We're getting back to the basics here, and that's what it is. So, so how do you use essential oils? There's 3 ways that you can use them. The first way is topically, so putting them directly on your skin. And so typically when you have an ailment, putting them directly over the ailment is what you would do. So if I have a sore shoulder, I'm going to put them on my shoulder. If I have an upset stomach, I'm going to put them on my stomach. If I have a headache, I'm going to put them on my temples, maybe across my forehead, maybe the back of my neck. And that's how I would use them. The second way is aromatically. So I have my diffuser going right here, and yeah, I'm outside and I'm still diffusing. This time of year I actually use my diffuser outside a lot. TerraShield is a blend for bug repellent. So not only did I make my own bug repellent, huge win, right? But I diffuse it outside, and it beats, lighting a citronella candle. I have the TerraShield already, so I may as well use it, right? So feel free to bring your diffuser right outside if you have company over, and just start diffusing outside, and you can get some really quick wins there as well. So diffusing. So when I breathe them in, they're going in through obviously my nose, attaching to my olfactory sensors that are on every single cell that I have. So paying attention to how your